What's going on, guys? So, very interesting week this week for my rotation. I had some more sophisticated, refined fragrances because I had a few things going on, and then the weather's kind of all over the place. We had some really cold days. We had some bordering early summer days with some heat. So some of the fresh stuff started to come out. Just such a great week in my rotation, as you guys will see here in just a little bit. It's week number 123. We've got quite the variety this week. So stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday, this is one that, you know, classy, elegant, assertive, refined, dominant type of scent profile. Very spicy fragrance lovers type of fragrance. We're talking about AMOUAGE Journeyman. We had somewhere to go, a little event for a few hours. I think we were going like 3 or 4 hours. We were there, and it was cool enough. I guess you could call it business casual, kind of was the way I was dressed. Some nice slacks, you know, all the accessories to go with it, and nice Oxford. Not a suit and tie type of thing for me, but I wanted to wear a fragrance that was not a typical fresh fragrance kind of thing. I wasn't in the mood for anything barbershop. I was in a spicy kind of mood, and this is one I just haven't been spending time with that is so good. It came in the same haul when I got Reflection Man. Right after I had got Epic Man, I was kind of on a, you know, grabbing some AMOUAGE fragrances off the bucket list, kind of kicked towards the end of 2021. So good. Has their signature oud incense spice type of DNA and thumbprint that the brand's known for. A little bit of earthy tobacco here. Like I said, spicy fragrance lovers, must try. Must buy? No. I did actually get one compliment outside of my wife while we were there. It's not some compliment magnet that's just going to, you know, draw people in into a small area. It's not that type of scent. It's a bit more serious and refined. Like I said, an assertive, masculine type of fragrance. That was really the vibe I was going for. I wasn't looking for uplifting and fresh. I was looking for a little bit more serious and elegant, if you will. Not the most elegant choice, but a little bit more of a serious choice, I guess you could say. Powerhouse, too. I only did 4 sprays, 1 on my bare chest, 3 around my neck. More than enough. Really good stuff. Mass appealing? No. Absolutely not. Conversation starter? Yeah, it can be. It definitely can be because it's intriguing. It's different. It smells really damn good. During the day, AMOUAGE Journeyman. Then I got the shower. This fragrance never ceases to amaze me with just how damn powerful it is. You can fill a room on 4 sprays. It happens every time I wear it. Cocktails and Catamarans from Scent Journey Fragrances. So fresh, invigorating, and creamy. This is a pina colada in a bottle. This stuff right here is so mega fresh, full of citrus, aldehydes. It's just bright and uplifting. Now, it's going to remind you of a vibe, not necessarily a fragrance, because it's that by the beach tiki bar type of fragrance, but it provides a lot of originality and a lot of performance. I believe it's a 20% EDP, 20% oil concentration eau de parfum, and it's got the brightness of an eau de toilette with the staying power of a parfum. This stuff's serious. Definitely worth sampling. I can't wait for summer to roll around, but around the house, this stuff fills a room. This stuff is so potent. I'm telling you, I need to stop spraying the front of my neck, because out the shower, I tend to just spray 4 around the neck, and instead of my chest, I spray right here, because it's usually weaker fragrances, and I'm just going to smell it for a little bit, whereas here, it's very potent. So I kind of need to stop spraying it right there, because it's just, it can be overwhelming for a freshie, but if you're looking for a crazy, powerful freshie that's believable, authentic, pina colada, out the shower. Scent Journey Fragrances, Cocktails and Catamarans. It's the one to try. Moving into Monday, this is an interesting combo. So this fragrance was part of one of my According to Instagram videos where I asked the question, what's your favorite fragrance for spring? This got mentioned so much it made the video, made me want to wear it, And it's one that I haven't worn in a while. And sometimes, I've said this a few times recently, sometimes you forget how much you love a fragrance till you smell it again. That's the case with Sauvage EDP. Stuff makes me happy when I smell it. Oh, man. I still say this is the most well-rounded, well-balanced that offers a little bit of everything that the line has. Bright, fresh, juicy citrus, shower gel, metallic, spicy, a little sweet performance. That's all the words I would use to describe this. Look, it's polarizing for some. Those that like the more luxurious fragrances, the high-quality stuff, they'll turn their nose up at stuff like this. But to the average consumer that just wants to smell good and want people around them to think they smell good, there's a reason they sell a lot of bottles of this. It just works. Stuff is really, really good. It's still my #1 recommendation of the line, even though I love the Elixir and the Parfum the most. I don't know, it's hard to get away from this one. I like this one more than the EDT, honestly. The EDT is super fresh, and I honestly wore the EDT more than this, but you really can't go wrong with any of them in the line, in my opinion. But if you're the type that's just looking to smell great, something you can wear for anything, that's going to pull in some compliments, because I know performance and compliments are important to a lot of the average viewers of fragrance videos like this. This might be all you need. During the day, Sauvage EDP from Dior. Then I got the shower. So we're stepping it up to some bright aromatic tobacco here. So I just took a shower with my new ZAHAROFF Signature Tobacco Body Wash. I got the shower and shave kit that accompanies the fragrance. So of course, naturally, I had to give myself a few sprays of the fragrance. I did only do 2 sprays, if I remember correctly. Just one on each side of the neck. It just made sense. I can tell you guys right now, by year's end, this will be my #1 most worn fragrance of 2022. It's already my most worn fragrance. I could probably put it away and it would still be my most worn fragrance. It's been like 2 weeks since it's been in the rotation, because I've kind of just like, okay, you sit over there for a little bit. I'm going to wear some other things for a little while. And lo and behold, here it is again. Keep going back to it. It's just so good. It really is. It's for my style and my taste when it comes to, you know, the higher quality stuff, not necessarily the blue fragrances. This is it. This is like mass appealing quality tobacco in a sense. It's a little bit of everything. A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of woodiness, a little bit of greens. It's a little earthy. It's still a little dry and herbal, but it's very bright and aromatic. It's a little boozy. It's a little sweet. Like, it's very, very well balanced. Performance is in my wheelhouse in that 8-hour range and longevity, and it's bright. It's very bright. It doesn't wear too heavy for being a heavy type of fragrance. So really, really dig this stuff. Definitely try this one if you haven't yet. Out the shower, ZAHAROFF Signature Tobacco. Moving into Tuesday. So I was late to the party on this one, but boy, I love this stuff. I've been telling everybody about it, and I know I'm very late to the game. There's a lot of you watching this video right now that told me, can't believe you haven't tried RASASI HAWAS. Well, I wear it all the time now. It's become one of my favorite fragrances, like, immediately. It is so, so good. And I find myself having to type this a lot. People saying, oh, this came out before Invictus Acqua. I know. I compare it more closely to the original Invictus, which came out 2 years prior to this, 2013. This is 2015. Because it's so much sweeter than Invictus Acqua. This, obviously, it resembles both, but still kind of has its own thing going at the same time because of the spiciness. And even though there's no smoky note, no incense, no GAELIC wood, no nothing like that, I do get a little bit of a smoky, incensey type of smell on my skin with the spice, kind of making it kind of a Middle Eastern Invictus smell. Really, really like that. Love how this stuff performs. I've dialed it back to 4 sprays from 5 because it fills a room on my skin here at 4 sprays. It's just so powerful. It's a February 2022 bottle for those of you that haven't seen my full review. I'm loving it. I really am. I am loving this stuff. So, so good. I could ramble on and on about this. It's one of my longer individual reviews for those of you that haven't seen it. For those of you that have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Because I could just go on and on. I really, really love this stuff. I know I was late to the party. All of you said that said I would love it. You were absolutely right. During the day, RASASI HAWAS. And then when I got out the shower, so I had just went to Marshall's, found this, did the video, and when I got out the shower, I said, why not? So I went with Cool Water Parfum. So this stuff, I really dig this. So they went a different route here. Doesn't smell inherently like Cool Water. Very faintly. Very, very faintly. A little citrusy, a little spicy, a little earthy, surprisingly, woody. Different. Different, but I still get a little Ambroxan, even though Ambroxan's not listed, a little bit of that Ambroxan shower gel smell. Not the kind of Ambroxan bomb that the Intense is, even though that's not listed with Ambroxan either. It smells like an Ambroxan bomb. This is very easy to enjoy. Chemically synthetic? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's synthetic. But I really, really dig it. When I come across another 50 ml, I'm going to grab that too, so I have 100 ml. Have another bottle just sitting there waiting in the wings for this. Because I have a feeling, whether it's casually in the warmer weather or out the shower, it's going to get some pretty good run in my rotations. I really like this stuff. Is it mind-blowingly special where everybody needs to run out and check their Marshalls? No, but if you're at Marshalls, keep your eyes peeled for it. I paid $25 for this 50 ml. I've seen people say they paid $15, they paid $20. Keep your eyes peeled. Online, you're going to spend way more than that. At the rack store, you're going to get it for a really good deal. And like I said, it doesn't smell like the Intense at all. And it very faintly smells like the original. Kind of does its own thing. And I kind of like the route they went here. They've released a ton of, okay flankers. But I think this was a pretty good flanker. Not a great flanker. I think Intense was a great flanker because I like blue fragrances. And I would still classify this as blue. But I don't know. It's just something different about it. Out the shower, actually the following night as well. Davidoff Cool Water Parfum. Moving into Wednesday, we were actually having kind of a late lunch meetup with my in-laws. Again, wearing an Oxford and so on. I didn't want something super fresh or anything. I wanted something a little bit more assertive and put together to kind of go the route of the situation. And I decided to roll with ROJA Parfums Apex. So I really enjoy the dense, heavy, green, earthy nature of this fragrance. A lot of cypress, a lot of oak moss, a lot of green spice. It's bright up top, but it settles into that earthy green tone, dense woods. You get a lot of that going on. It's refined. It really is. And seems to be very polarizing. I've seen comments across the internet, even on my Scent of the Day post. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Definitely a try before you buy kind of fragrance. This stuff is super duper powerful on my skin though, so I only do 4 sprays, and it's one of those deals where that's more than enough. I don't want it to overwhelm, but I want it to be pronounced, so in the event somebody wants to have a conversation about, ooh, what are you wearing? That smells different, or that smells nice, or that smells terrible, what are you wearing? Whatever the case, leaves room for potential for a discussion. Sometimes fragrance can be a nice topic of conversation. With my in-laws, they know how heavy I'm into fragrances, so they're intrigued by the hobby and my part in the hobby, and so they always ask me what I'm wearing. They always, we get hugs, ooh, my mother-in-law especially can't wait to smell me so she can see if she likes it and ask me about it. So that was kind of the case. And with this stuff, I'm telling you, try before you buy, because there's a possibility. It's very expensive for one. And there's a possibility that you'll be disappointed because it seems to be quite polarizing. It's not for everybody. It's a very assertive, well put together, refined masculine scent. Is a good way I would want to that I'm going to describe it to you. Actually, I really like this stuff. I do. But definitely, if you're looking to get it, get your hands on a decant from somewhere. Get your hands on a sample. Procure a small amount some kind of way. So in the event you don't like it, you didn't spend much money. Whereas if you get a bottle blindly and you end up not liking it, you're going to be pretty upset. I would be too. So definitely try before you buy, but I got to tell you, I enjoy it. Great for the situation I put it in. Nice little lunch with my in-laws during the day. ROJA Parfums Apex. And then, like I said before, when I got out the shower, same thing, 2 nights in a row. Really digging this stuff. Probably going to wear it again here in the next couple of days. Really digging this. Like I said in the video for the rack store hunt, I'm hoping to come across another 50 ml because I'd like to have a backup bottle of this and have a full 100 milliliters of Cool Water Parfum. The interesting thing is this Intense and the original, they have the slightest bit of things in common as far as the scent profile. Definitely doesn't smell like, ooh, that must be a version of Cool Water. But they're different enough and good enough to enjoy and own and wear all three. Because I love Cool Water Intense. I've always liked the original Cool Water. And now I'm really digging the Parfum. So they put out their fair share of flankers, don't get me wrong. But I'm really enjoying the route they went here. They went a little bit darker, but still maintaining kind of that Cool Water freshness. So 2 nights in a row, out the shower, Cool Water Parfum. Moving into Thursday, this is kind of all about fresh and green for the most part. During the day and out the shower. One, it's my second or third wearing of. The one out the shower is my first wearing ever of. So we started the day with the new GAELIC Mist from HAPPYLAND Studios. So this is kind of a chypre heavy fragrance. A lot of oak moss here. That almost comes off a little minty green, fresh cypress type of smell. Maybe more along the lines of mixed with some basil. That's in the first impressions video, that's kind of what I thought might have been in here. Turns out oak moss is the main green note. And I believe there's a little bit of cardamom as well. And this stuff's really fresh, citrusy up top, a little minty, even though there's no minty note there. And then it gets very green and spicy, but still very fresh. This is a lovely fragrance. This is a great office wear, suit and tie in the summer type of fragrance. It has density, it has staying power, it has a lot of projection power as well. That high oil concentration that EJ uses, you get performance out of his fragrances. Performance is never a concern with HAPPYLAND Studio fragrances. But here, I feel like just 2 good sprays, because these are monstrous sprays. That's why I'm not spraying. It's going to cover my desk and my microphone and everything. We're not in the old spot where I could spray it and it wouldn't go all over every damn thing. Right here, it'll go over every damn thing. But I digress. This is a great suit and tie type of fragrance for warmer weather. Can you wear it casually? Of course, that's how I've been wearing it. But it definitely begs me to dress it up a little bit more. I would say golf shirt, polo shirt style, something with a collar. On up in warmer weather, even slightly cooler weather. Spring, summer, fall. This stuff really works. Another good, really, really good release from EJ that doesn't smell like everything else. Kind of borrows inspiration from other things. I mean, read the story about it on the website, but you can definitely get a sample and try before you get a bottle. Not that his fragrances are expensive or anything, because they're not. They're very affordable. But you can always get a decant and just try a few ml before you commit to a bottle. So during the day, HAPPYLAND Studios GAELIC Mist. And then we got the shower. This was compliments of my resident troll, Sammy. This is Acqua di Gio Essenza. See, it even says on there, from your friendly neighborhood troll, Sammy. Shout outs to you, Sammy. So for those of you, I actually had somebody ask, not Sammy Andros. That's not who it is. This is a totally different Sammy. So this has nothing to do with Sammy Andros. But this stuff, this was my first time wearing it. Now this one I can spray without it going over everything. Definitely see what the comparison was with Bentley Silver Lake. Because when I first got that, I was like, well, I only recall smelling Essenza one time, which I do believe I've only smelled it one time, and I kind of vaguely remembered it smelling kind of like that. But now that I've got to do a full wearing with several sprays, yeah, this is Bentley Silver Lake kind of is a dead ringer for this. So this is crazy expensive to get. I'm still shocked Sammy gave me this much. Like, this is probably like half a freaking ounce. It's like 15 ml. You'd probably sell this for $50 to somebody easily, you know. Thank you, Sammy. Way too generous. Way more than I needed. I may never go through this, but it is very damn good. Synthetic, sure. Sad that it's discontinued, yeah. Smells like Acqua di Gio EDP? Not really. Little hint of it. And that's only because it smells like the original. This definitely smells like the original, just the greens are intensified. That's why I say with this and GAELIC Mist, it was a very fresh green type of day for me. It still has a little bit of the aquatics, but more about fresh green aspects to this fragrance. A little fresh, spicy action going on with a little bit of an aquatic vibe. This is really good stuff. I understand the hype behind it, but it's not worth resellers are asking for a bottle. So Bentley from in Silver Lake, is definitely a great replacement for this. Now that I got to spend a little time with it, I can see why. Just get Bentley for Men Silver Lake. Performance is about what and what, the scent's about what and what, and you're going to spend 40 to 50 bucks on a full bottle of that versus this 15 ml. I could probably sell it for 50 or 60 bucks if I really wanted to. Of course, I'm not. I'm going to keep and cherish this. Thank you, Sammy. I'm going to continue to wear it sporadically, but out the shower, I know that was kind of a lot. Out the shower, if I can get it to focus. Got to get me out the picture some kind of way. Oh, well. Acqua di Gio Essenza. Moving into Friday, one that I have not worn in quite some time. I put this on my little table that I keep for my rotation because this got voted into the same video that Sauvage EDP got voted into. Best spring fragrances according to Instagram. I could not disagree at all with them picking this because it is sadly discontinued. Such a great fresh iris fragrance. It is Dior Homme. Oh, man, this stuff never gets old. And for those of you wondering, yes, I have small hands, but this is a 5-ounce bottle. So anytime you see it just looking massive in my hand, that's because it's not a 100 ml bottle. It's a 5.1 ounce bottle. So this stuff is beautiful. Bright, fresh, waxy and powdery and floral from the iris that they use. A little touch of spice from this coriander that's in there, that cooking spice type of smell. Soft woods in the background. Oh, this is such a delightful fragrance. I loved every moment of this. That waxy iris. I dig that lipstick vibe. I always have. It gets better every time I smell it, honestly. It's so good. This is such a good fragrance. Longevity's there, 6 to 8 hour range, again, in my sweet spot without being a loud fragrance. This is so good for an office setting. So good where you're dressing business casual, business formal, semi-casual, somewhere in that realm, and you want to smell a little bit more put together than just the guy that's wearing Sauvage or the multiple guys that are wearing Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage to work. This will set you apart in those type of situations and settings. It's a little bit more refined. It's a little bit more put together because it's got that waxy, powdery iris note. Really, really good stuff. Very sad that they discontinued this, but I absolutely love when I do wear it during the day. Dior Homme. Oh. And then when I got out the shower, and all day the following day, which this is the following day, this bottle came in an hour after I sprayed Dior Homme Oh. Otherwise, it would have been my scent of the day. That being the new ZAHAROFF Signature Citrine. So, the last time I smelled this was when we were all together in Chicago packing orders for the Z Creators orders last year, around early summer 2021. So I did not have a decant of this one to where I could spend time with it and drop a review for you guys as soon as I get the bottle because I'd already spent a bunch of time with it. This, I'm actually spending some time with it because it's been forever since I've smelled it. I forgot how freaking good this was. If you like orange, it's full of clementine and sweet orange up top. Very radiant. Radiant is such a good word to describe this fragrance. I do get a little bit of the incense pretty early in the background. It's a very deep fragrance. It's one of those fragrances, I mean, I got a couple sprays on my arm right now, that if you sit there and smell it for more than just a split second and really let your olfactory system just kind of deep dive into the scent profile, you'll start to pick up subtle nuances. There's a warm amber here. There's a light white floral jasmine touch to it. There's a soft wormwood feel of some oud in the background. There's that light touch of incense. There's a sweet plum that comes in once the orange starts to fade. This is different. It's a classy, fresh fragrance. It doesn't smell like all the other freshies out there. It's not this, you know, mind-blowing fragrance. It's a fresh fragrance at the end of the day, but it's one of those fresh fragrances that I mean, I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself, that I personally have not smelled in another fragrance that accomplishes that warm weather freshness to wake you up in the morning, that invigorating, uplifting smell, but still have a little bit of class to it. Like it's that fresh fragrance that you won't hesitate to dress up because it's still got a little classiness to it, because it's such a high quality fragrance from the oils that were used. The blend is superb. I mean, Claude doesn't put out duds, especially the stuff he does for Zaharoff. Really, really good stuff. I know a lot of you are going to be concerned with performance. I've been falling somewhere in that 6, 7, 8 hour range, more so 7, 8 hour range. Projection is not super heavy, but very well pronounced in the first hour and a half to 2 hours. Then admittedly starts to get pretty close to the skin, but it has a pretty dense trail. It's a 22% concentration. So it didn't lose a lot of freshness for cranking up the oil concentration to really give it some more staying power. I think 22% was probably the right choice here. It really managed to balance maintaining the freshness that George was going for here and still getting some, you know, that oomph, that staying power that most people want from their fragrances. So out the shower was my first wearing of Zaharoff Signature Citrine. Now finally moving into Saturday, which is today. It's been on me all day. I sprayed 10 sprays. I've been dousing myself. Forgot to say that in the previous night I wore 10 sprays. 10 sprays is kind of the route I've been going with this. It's really freaking enjoyable to kind of douse yourself in this Signature Citrine from Zaharoff. And then after I finish recording this video, I'm going to go shower, and when I get out, I'll be putting this on again. I know everybody raved that got their hands on Royale X. They love it. There's a lot of people, oh, this is the best of the house. I like this more. I like this more. Do I like it more than Tabac? I don't know. Yet to be determined. I don't like any of them more than Rosé. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't see Rosé getting knocked off of the perch I've put it on. I really love Rosé. Rosé is my jam. Not just from Zaharoff. It's one of my absolute favorite fragrances in my collection. But this is going to rival Tabac for second place, I think. I really do. Especially considering how much I'm wanting to spray it heavy to where I'm just, it's all in my face. Big old scent bubble kind of thing to really enjoy it. It's so fresh and invigorating. This was the right freshie that was missing from the signature line from Zaharoff. So during the day, out the shower last night, going to be out the shower here in just a little bit. And who knows, maybe even Sunday, which I will be live on this channel with George and with Justin talking about this fragrance. So make sure to join us 5 p.m. Central, potentially subject to change, but as of now, 5 p.m. Central here on my YouTube channel, live. Come check us out. We will be talking about the new Zaharoff Signature Citrine. Well, that was this past week's rotation, and until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. What did your week look like? I'm very curious. That's my favorite comments of the week to read, is the rotation video, to see what you guys are wearing. Did we wear anything? Were we like-minded with anything this week? Did you wear Dior Homme by chance, or you know, Sauvage EDP, stuff like that? It doesn't have to be the same day. It's kind of funny when it ends up being on the same day. We can have the joke of great minds thinking alike and stuff like that. But I love hearing that kind of stuff from you guys. So make sure to let me know what your rotation looked like down in the comments. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the fragrances that I wore in this past week's rotation and you give them a spray now, I am extremely confident you'll thank me later, because between the more sophisticated fragrances and the fresh stuff that I wore, couldn't nobody tell me I wasn't smelling good this week. Have a good one, guys.